Yeah. I got a question. You fucking with me? Or what? Oh, yo, you know what's real. When the friends act funny, it is what it is. Just keep spending that money. A motherfucker don't need glasses to see. Then I'm an outcast, like Andre 3G. But I've been here before. Shit is nothing new. Daily the world is changing, the people too. Shit, I'm cool. 3C be the format. Won't walk on me like a motherfucking doormat. Blank look on my face when I'm taking notes. Blank look on my face while I'm taking toast. Stay rockin' lows, cause my future is bright. I'm so cool, I fuck around and rock them shits tonight. Early. Tell them niggas I'm with the shit. I'm with the shit. Tell them bitches down I'm with the shit. I'm with the shit. Tell everybody down I'm with the shit. Fucking with done, yo, you will get hit. Tell them niggas out I'm with the shit. With the shit. Tell them bitches down I'm with the shit. With the shit. To everybody down I'm with the shit. Fucking with done, yo, you will get hit. Facebook, slut book. Meet her, just the fuck book. Try to be sneaky, fuck around and get caught up book. Shame book, lame book. Using a fake name book. Corner in the street, spawning here, you got game book. Joke book, poke book. Everybody's fucking quote book. In the picture you got money, but a person you broke book. Sex book, flex book, flirting with your ex book. Somebody leaves a comment, then you get an urgent text book. Fight book, trife book, everybody write book. Somebody need to come out with a get a fucking life book. Nigga, tell them niggas I'm with the shit. I'm with the shit. To all them bitches out, I'm with the shit. I'm with the shit. To everybody that I'm with the shit. Fucking with done, yo, you will get hit. Tell them niggas out, I'm with the shit. With the shit. Tell them bitches that I'm with the shit. With the shit. To everybody that I'm with the shit. Fucking with done, yo, you will get hit. Hey, early. I got a question. You fucking with me? Or what? Oh, I can't forget this. Okay, now.
What's up, everybody? That was Diggler. And y'all know who this is.
TaijhTV.
Okay, on this episode of TaijhTV, what are we at? 70-something? 78? The weeks roll by. I bought this dope-ass fucking... Before I start my show, I bought this dope-ass MF Doom, like mask. Well, Dr. Doom. It's fucking fire. Fucking fire, dude. Anyway, eventful week for me. Very eventful. But anyway, we're going to talk about, have you ever had an STD? If so, which one? This is coming from Rihanna and Travis Scott allegedly spreading STDs throughout the fucking industry. I'm also going to talk about AJ Johnson, known as Ezel from Friday, passed away suddenly in a grocery store. But the tragic part about this is his wife had to go on TMZ for people to help with the funeral expenses. This man, most recent film was I Got the Hookup 2 with Master P. Master P's worth $500 million last I checked. And here she is begging for donations. We're going to talk about that. But before we get into all that shit, we're going to talk about Joe Biden and this administration with the Haitians. Now there's a border crisis. Now they want to blockade roads, build walls. You know, when the black comes into America from Mexico, most of them Haitians are coming from Mexico. But when the black comes, it's a problem. Not speaking to Republicans. Republicans obviously had an issue with Mexican nationals. But Democrats, they run every branch of government right now, federal government. And all of a sudden, it's a fucking problem. Now there's a fucking border crisis. Now we need to deport at a mass scale. Is it because they're black-skinned? Not necessarily you're black American, but is it because the Haitian is a black-skinned Now we have to mass deportation the Haitian. Why does America not like blacks? Like, why is the hatred so deep with the black? And we don't even have to talk about the black American, just the black in general. Why is there such a discomfort with the elite class of Americans with the black? We'll talk about it. I'm going to put on the screen, though, first and foremost. Oh, I got to give a shout out to Digla. Yes, shout out to Digla. But I'm going to put on the screen Joe Biden during a debate with Donald Trump talking about he's going to give a pathway to citizenship to 11 undocumented immigrants. He doesn't specify the race of these immigrants, but he says 11 million. So I'm going to play this on the screen. We're going to take a deep dive when it comes to that. Then we'll get to the fuck shit after that. But I have to ask the question: why does America dislike the black?
United States. And the fact is, I've made it clear. Within 100 days, I'm going to send to the United States Congress a pathway to citizenship for over 11 million undocumented people. And all of those so-called dreamers, those DACA kids, they're going to be immediately certified again to be able to stay in this country and put on a path to citizenship. The idea that they are being sent home by this guy and they want to do that is they're going to a country they've never seen before. I can imagine you're 5 years old, your parents are taking you across the Rio Grande River and it's illegal.
The Rio Grande River. It's funny how he said this over a year ago. Because the crisis now is at the same fucking river. Under bridges in Texas. You're seeing blacks round up by the cowboy at the river as if they are runaway slaves. Why have we grown accustomed to this? Now you have Joy Reid from MSNBC, a black woman, talking about it's white imperialism or whatever the fuck she was saying. She is part of the problem. They spent years going after Donald Trump over Mexican immigrants. But when it comes to their own, Joe Biden, it's a problem. It's a problem that we must focus on now. But we're still going to put the root of that problem to Donald Trump and his immigration policies, which, by the way, Joe Biden has not changed. He has not changed. Now, I believe this problem with the Haitians has been brewing for close to 6 years now. Google it. Close to 6 years now, the Haitian issue with them flooding into Mexico and then into the United States has been growing. This is nothing new. I don't think the issue was with Mexicans at all. I think the root problem is the black. They don't want the black here. And I have evidence. I'm going to put on the screen now. Hold on. It's loading up. I'm going to let you see exactly what I'm talking about. With the Haitians at the border being mistreated, no one is shedding a tear. Yeah, it's talking points for these black politicians, but no one is shedding a tear the way they shedded a tear for the Mexican illegals in these camps. You see, these Haitians, they're not in camps. They're pretty much homeless under bridge and triple-digit degree weather, dying, being raped. But no one brings this up. No one brings the tragedy of the black immigrant up. I'm going to play on the screen video of the U.S. Border Patrol whipping and pushing Haitians so you can know what I'm talking about.
Under the International Bridge in Del Rio in Texas, a camp that's become home to thousands and which reveals yet another crisis at the border in America. They cross the Rio Grande River that forms the border between the US and Mexico, most of them Haitians, willing to take the chance that they will be processed and allowed in, willing to tolerate what's been described as a squalid existence here.
There is not enough food to give to everybody who's inside there. We need to get out of the camp to look for food. Things are worse.
It is these pictures of Border Patrol agents on horseback pushing migrants into the river that have caused so much anger. For some, they carry the echoes of the worst chapters of American history.
What we witness takes us back hundreds of years. What we witnessed was worse than what we witnessed in slavery. Cowboys with their reins again, whipping Black people, Haitians, into the water.
The US has already removed thousands from the camp, large numbers flown back to Haiti, a country many of them left after the earthquake a decade ago and now consumed by violence and poverty.
Now, did you notice he said a decade ago? Remember, I said, with what I've looked up, this has been a problem for at least 6 to 7 years. He says a decade ago. He's saying 10 years plus. You see, I don't think this border wall all of a sudden is for Mexicans. No. I think this is for the black. The black trying to gain freedom. You see, I have never seen pictures or videos as I've seen with the blacks trying to come in America. But what bothers me is the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of these fucking politicians playing God. Oh, and who deserves freedoms? If you know me, I've always said, come here legally. But if you, as a Democratic administration, if you're going to open the borders, you open it for all. Now, he just said the DACA kids, he's clearly talking about the Hispanic population. Clearly talking about bringing in 11 million of the Hispanic population. Now, it's not just the Hispanic population that I'm saying is getting a free pass here. The Afghan, the Arab nations, they've been getting free passes. The Chinese, the Asian community, they've been getting free passes. But it seems everywhere the black goes, it's a fucking problem. It's a fucking problem. Why is the black the most hated throughout the world? Not just in America, throughout the fucking world. Over a year ago, I showed you mistreatment in China. The blacks were over there were getting beat by the Chinese. The Chinese people are calling them descendants of slaves. Worthless. So you didn't give a fuck then because y'all love China. Everyone loves China. China runs the world right now, and I'm slowly waking up to that. They run the fucking world. So no one wants to talk bad on China. This isn't just an American issue. I'm going to put on the screen the Mexican president telling Joe Biden it's time to talk less. There's an issue at the border. It needs to be rectified. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Oh, my computer's going crazy right now. There we go. There's a problem with the world not liking the black. There's a fucking problem. Now remember, kids in cages, yada, 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 what the Democrats pump down our fucking throats. when it came to the Hispanic community. Remember that. Now, I'm not saying that's right. It's not right. But what I'm saying is what you do for one, you must do for all. You can't play this godly. You can't be God to just one group of people. So I'm going to play you on the screen the Mexican president wanting these Haitians out of his country.
De discurso. Ya hace falta la acción. Tengo confianza que el gobierno del presidente Biden acepte la propuesta que estamos haciendo para enfrentar el fenómeno migratorio con desarrollo, con bienestar, con empleo.
Let's talk a bit more about this story. Our foreign affairs commentator Douglas Herbert is with me. And Doug, Joe Biden.
Now, do you see what I'm talking about? It's not just an American issue. It's not. This is bigger, deeper, maybe religious, maybe biblical. But the black, doesn't matter, African, Haitian, Jamaican, American, it doesn't matter. The black, for some reason, has a very bad stigma about them to the rest of the world. And I wonder why. Now, you're going to say, well, America had a black president. Really? Did they really, though? Barack was raised by rich white people. Did they really? So on the screen, I'm going to show you Jimmy Dore, and he's going to tell you what the U.S. will do with these Haitian black immigrants. He's going to tell you what the plan is. This is what's fucked up. You see, you have sanctuary cities now. You have places at the border where they could take them in if they wanted to. But instead, they're deporting them. And now they're going to put them in Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay.
What's happening at the border with the Haitian refugees, and it looked horrible. Black and brown people being corralled by white guys in cowboy hats and horses with what looked like whips in their hands, and it was just it's what they call bad optics, especially for a guy like Joe Biden, who claims that when the exact same things were being done by Trump, that it was horrible. But now it's Joe Biden, and he's doing this as that. So guess what happened? So, well, as we know, the Biden administration is stepping up the deportation of Haitians. So, following in the steps of President My Boss, I guess. Remember that? I thought there'd be no more kids in cages. No, I guess you're wrong. I guess this is all wrong. Here's what Ben Norton says. He says the Biden administration is looking for a for-profit private contractor to run a migrant detention facility at the horrific U.S. naval base at Guantanamo Bay.
This is unpopular to people who don't want to be educated about the black issue of this world, but it's a fucking issue. You can be blind to it all you fucking want. It's an issue. Now, I loved it that Jimmy Dore sees the same shit I'm seeing. They don't hide their bigotry. They don't hide it. Just because you have a Indian American who went to a black college, a female as vice president, doesn't mean shit to me. It's how you treat people. See, government's supposed to be small. That was the role of the government from our forefathers. It was supposed to be small. They were there just to protect the people from foreign adversaries. But you see, this is what happens when you rely on government. They pick and choose. They're doing it with technology, with crypto, and they're also doing it on race. I know it's uncomfortable to talk about, but it needs to be said. People need to rectify this issue that we're having in the world, not just America, but the world. The Biden administration is looking for a for-profit private contractor to run a migrant detention facility at the horrific U.S. naval base at Guantanamo Bay. For profit. People on horses, whips, for-profit prisons. Sounds like slavery to me. Kids, women, men from Haitian descent will soon be targeted. And you think this is good? You think this is okay? It's okay because it's the black. The black is a resilient creature, right? The black has endured so much, he can endure more, right? Or do you pump that Christianity down our throats and you say, well, God doesn't give you things you can't handle, right?
On occupied Cuban territory. That's real. I can't believe the guy who wrote the crime bill would do something like this, huh? Biden administration is advertising for a new contract to operate a migrant detention facility at the U.S. naval base at Guantanamo Bay with the requirement that some guards speak Spanish and Haitian Creole. Jeez. Isn't that nice? They're even advertising for it. Even got a few Facebook ads. That's good.
They're even advertising it. Like I just said, they're not hiding it from you. They're not hiding it from you. But just because it's the black, no one gives a fuck. But let's see, in contrast, the attitude when it came to Afghan refugees. The Afghan people that allegedly are responsible for a terrorist attack on this nation. Let's see the treatment they are getting. The attitudes of the people that control the strings, that are pulling the strings. I'm only doing this so you understand the bias. The biased. It's not healthy. It's not good. It tears nations apart.
Is there going to be a sort of call to the American people and to civil society organizations in the United States to help resettle people, to do community resettlement efforts, to donate things that these new families may leave, to find them housing, to get them in English as a second language courses if they're going to be resettling here? I mean, I know that not everybody's going to be coming.
Just off the rip, the Afghan people are going to be granted so many fucking things. So many things. Did you hear that? The first 20 seconds, we're going to give them this, and that. But yet the Haitian, we're going to beat, abuse, and then we're going to send them to Guantanamo Bay. We're going to send them to fucking Guantanamo Bay with Afghan terrorists that are still there just because they wanted freedom. Just because their country has gone to shit and they want a piece of the freedom that the world talks about.
Coming to the United States, but thousands are. Is there a call now from the U.S. government, indeed from the Defense Department, for the American people to step up and help?
Well, we're actually starting to see that, Rachel. I mean, certainly lots of non-governmental organizations are already helping the State Department and the DHS as these Afghans are ready to move into American society. They're already going to relocation centers and getting help starting their new lives. Absolutely. But you know, the commanding general of Fort Bliss, Texas, where some have already gone for the follow-on final paperwork that they have to complete before they can become citizens, has said that he's been deluged with phone calls and emails from the people living outside Fort Bliss, Texas, just wanting to know what they can do, blankets, food, whatever they can do.
People want to know what they can do for Afghan refugees, but not the Haitian refugees. Do you see the hypocrisy I'm talking about? In Texas. All this is in Texas. So don't tell me that Texas is just so racist. Oh, they do that to everybody. Looks like they're doing that to Haitians now because they're welcoming Afghan refugees. The body language is different. The tones are different. Non-profits willing to help, while the United States government is asking for profit organizations to open Guantanamo Bay for the Haitians. You see, this is uncomfortable. And this is shit you don't like. This is shit you don't like me to talk about. But this is the shit that's real that's happening in this world. This is the shit that's real. So when I show you this clip, and this is going to wrap it up on the Haitians, and then we're going to get to the dumb shit. But when I show you this clip, I wonder, do they shed tears for the darks, the darkies, the blackies, me, Haitians? What I'm going to put on the screen is AOC, a Puerto Rican, families in Puerto Rico. Let's see how she acted when she went to those camps with the children in the cages.
There were some photos that were taken at the time that weren't released until just yesterday. And here is one. There's others that you can see on her feed, but she's literally breaking down at what she's seeing there and understand that she was having that 100% understandable, and I would say it should be the demanded response to what we're seeing there. This is before we knew about so much of it. We didn't know how horrendous the conditions were.
Horrendous conditions. Appropriate response from AOC, breaking down, crying. Because the cages in these centers. While you have Haitian immigrants who don't have centers, who are living outside, horrible conditions, no food, and now they're being lassoed up and possibly thrown into Guantanamo Bay because they just want freedom. It's hypocrisy at its finest. Hypocrisy at its finest. I don't know. It couldn't be me. It could not be me. I don't know. All right. Before we head to the next two topics, AJ Johnson, a.k.a. Ezel from Friday, dying, his wife. I am going to play the video of his wife on TMZ. And then we're also going to talk about porn star accusing Rihanna and Travis Scott of having STDs. And I'm going to ask you out there, have you ever had one? But before we do that, we're going to play Clinch Luciano, AP, or featuring AP Chris. I'm going to put it on the screen because I want you guys to really see the visuals of these artists and their music, their art. Subscribe to their page, buy their music. These are young men that are really doing positive, great things. So we're going to play Clinch featuring AP Chris, Aviator School.
It's more AP shit.
Hey, never mind the smoke, baby. Walk with me, talk with me. This AP flavor is not for the lighthearted, baby. It means more. It means so much more.
Compare me to your laundry washer. I'm the detergent, the bleach, and the fabric softener. It's no surprise I was pushing nigga when I caught her. And the bitch so bad, you think that I bought her. But I didn't. I gave her good dick and good riddance. I ain't bragging, nigga. This is how I stay up on my mission. If you soul search, you could find just what you was missing. I ain't just no damn clout. Ain't no ass that I'm kissing. This ain't no facade, nigga. And it's clear I'm a G. I ain't trying to be like them. And it's clear that I'm here. I like them little niggas dance, but that just ain't AP. Two-stepping so much, you swear that I'm lazy. Hold on.
AB, ABA positive, and Clint. Get it on now. Get your game up.
I need your undivided attention when I go on. Do it for the stoners, college crack babies, and so on. If you know me well, you know I've been at it for so long. I got no time for these executives to post and prolong.
You can't prolong what's already written, baby. We working. It means nothing if it don't mean something, baby. Your mind's moving, but your body ain't. What you doing out here?
And you know, this shit is supposed to happen. Keep it cracking. I got OGs in my corner. I got knowledge off the back end. Infatuated with my puppies in the latest fashion. Never passive aggressive, but aggressive passive. You should be cool as fuck when you know it though. You trying to kill time, man. What you doing, ho? They told me I couldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it though. They even told me that I should. I'm still gonna do it though. Hard worker, go getter, yeah, no slack shit. I got a love for the game, not just no rap shit. Buying me a pair of shoes, regular Mac shit. Baby surprised me by taking me up to Saks Fifth, but we be on gangsta shit. She just let a lane hit. He take her to the bang shit. I'm trying to let my main hit. Probably leave the club with the niggas that I came with. Mix the moon rock with the wax and just face it, nigga.
Oh, you want to hit the blood, baby? Did you bring your own? Oh, well. Yeah. AP's finest. Signing in the building, signing out the building. If you must tell, we all here. Your side hoe shall not fear, she shall come near. Have you noticed the glow in the building? When we walk through, I know you have, baby. Embrace it. Don't fight it, baby. Lay down with the grapes and the wines and the greatness. We already have what is to be taken, baby. Just don't think twice about it. Don't let me give you more advice about it. Just lay down. Yeah. AP shit, baby. AP shit, baby. Yeah. You putting more than work in. More than work in. Yeah. Signing out. Yeah. Okay.
That was Clinch Luciano. Hey, that nigga that was talking on there, he's a smooth talking nigga. Anyway, we're going to go to thesource.com. AJ Johnson, a.k.a. Ezel, dying tragically inside a grocery store. Drop dead. Hopefully it was not from drugs, but it seems like, fentanyl is killing motherfuckers out there. But we're not talking about the fentanyl today. I want to talk about the fakeness of people. A star. AJ Johnson. An icon. You could call him an icon. Should have been in multiple Fridays, but, the money wasn't right. They didn't want him in there. From what he says on Vlad TV. His wife had to go on TMZ. He didn't have life insurance. She had to go on TMZ and beg, and it was begging, beg people to throw in his GoFundMe so they can have a funeral. She wasn't asking for hundreds of thousands. She was asking for just enough. And at the time of the TMZ interview, they only had $800. Now, this man was integral for Friday franchise. I Got the Hook Up franchise with Master P. Ice Cube is worth allegedly, $300 million? Master P allegedly $500 million? They couldn't throw in. We've heard about how Master P is ruthless. See, Murder said that, his own brother. We seen Straight Outta Compton with Ice Cube, selfish. Wanted something that he didn't deserve. He didn't own Ruthless Records, but he wanted it. He wanted the money. We as Black Americans, when it's a time of tragedy, and yes, just because AJ Johnson didn't have life insurance, we should have still been there. People who have worked with him, funny, comedic genius. He was hilarious. We should have helped him out without any questions. This black woman should not have been on TMZ begging for money. Now, since then, I think they've gotten up to almost $30,000, I think, since then. But I want to play this on the screen, and then let me play this first. So you can know what I'm kind of talking about.
I did the GoFundMe. There's $700 in there. Few of my friends cash at me, and I made that clear. I got like another 400. But no, it's like you say, y'all say y'all love him. Where's the love? Y'all not helping. Like, I get the calls or inboxes saying y'all raising money. No, we're raising money because I have to pay for this all out of pocket. I'm asking for help, but if I don't get it, it's fine because I'm not leaving my husband in there like that. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a service. I'm gonna do everything I know he would have done for me. It's just hurtful, like I would not be asking if we had it or we had a policy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the one, it's people that's saying that they're gonna give money. We haven't received it. If I just look at it right now, it's all out of pocket. Just to bury him in the funeral services alone would be close to 15. I asked for 20. I mean, I would give the kids, split it among the kids, it's 4. But if it's nothing left, it's fine. I want to put him in Rose Hills, but if we don't have the money to do that, we will have the service and I will cremate him. If you guys want to give what they want to give, I would appreciate it. If they don't, that's them. But just please stop the fake love. Please stop the fake calls. Please stop the fake texts. Please. That just for our family. And when I say our family, I mean me, the kids, and the grandkids. Just stop it. Just stop. I'm going to stay busy and I'm going to work. I'm going to work in a couple days. So I'm not.
I couldn't watch too much of that. I hate seeing those tears. And she's right. The fake love is real. The fake love is real. I receive it all the fucking time. But my brand is about fake love. That's why I hate. Yeah, I've always been the outcast. Even with my friends, I've always been fucking different. They've always had something to say about me. Good, bad, or indifferent. And I've embraced it. That's why I depend on myself. That's why, for the most part, I do a show by myself. This is why I've moved way out in the fucking hills of Buckeye, Arizona. And I've had nobody, no friend over here. because I'm not depending on anyone. Because I don't want this to happen to my family. I don't want, I don't want to be in a fucked up situation and my family's begging for fucking money for me. I've maneuvered throughout my life differently. I'm a fucking high school dropout. I've received a GED. Yeah, I got a couple years in college, but I've received a fucking GED. I had people call me a crackhead. I turned my life upside down and right back around in the same breath without nobody's help. I'm a homeowner. I have a life insurance that will cover anything that happens to me. My kids will be good. My mother will be good. My sisters and brothers and father will be good. I've invested. I've done all this alone. No help. Didn't ask. I don't beg you fucknuts to jump on my fucking live. I don't give a fuck about talking about trending topics. I don't give a fuck about nothing that needs you fucking guys out there. And I'm just being honest. Not to say I hate you. I do this because I like it. I do what I do because I like it. I want it. I want it this way. Moral of this story, protect yourself, your well-being, your family's well-being. When you leave this earth, make sure your family has. Sad to see that black woman on screen, begging celebrities who her husband worked with, who her husband helped gain millions, if not billions of dollars for, begging these people to help. Don't depend on anyone. No one has your self-interest like you. It was just, it has to be said. It has to be said. It has to be understood. Don't need motherfuckers out there. You got yourself. Make it happen. The next story I'm going to put on the screen, porn star. What is this girl's name? Harley Dean is allegedly spilling the tea on Rihanna and Travis Scott. I'm going to play the video of her saying that they're spreading STDs everywhere. And I want to know, have you ever had an STD? Let's get to it.
They say you look like Rihanna.
She hates me.
Why?
Because I worked with her a few years ago on, this is when she had her foundation. Right before she launched her what was it at that time? That
Fenty?
But no, I think it was before the Fenty because it was whatever Kylie came out with. They all went in fucking cahoots. They were all arguing with each other. And that was when Kim came out with her line, Kylie came out with her line. But Rihanna had this foundation back in 2015, and it was her White Gala. And that was when she kind of like was sponsored on med beds, high tech, all that. Well, I helped fundraise her gala here in Hollywood. Well, she was fucking my boss and gave my boss chlamydia. And here I am, the hoe, alleged hoe. Yeah, I am a hoe. But everyone thought that I was the one fucking my boss. And in all reality, it was this bitch. And so it just literally got to the point where all that shit came out that she got him sick, that because he was married. He's can you put your seatbelt or behind you? You don't have to put it on, but behind you. He's a king, or he's a prince in Africa. And so he came out here back in 2013, worked with Global Canvasser, which was a nonprofit, and then worked with UNICEF in the United Nations. That's where I got on, and I was able to partner with UNICEF in the United Nations So I lived out in Australia for a little bit working with this corporation. Well, right before that, they were fucking around. I think she was, I don't know if it was Travis, I don't know who the fuck Rihanna was fucking, but got dirty and got him dirty. And it was this whole thing. Well, she had her gala, and here I am, it was her white party gala. I'm dressed, I'm ready, I'm going after raising so much money for her thing, for his thing, for the company's thing. I show up. Sorry, Harley, but Rihanna said that you can't get in. Okay.
Salute to a snitch. Snitching out there on $1 billion Rihanna. Snitching out on $500 million Travis Scott. Here's my thing. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? If they got STDs and they're roaming around Hollywood passing it, they got it from someone else. Fuck it. Who cares? Like Magic got fucking, the disease they said you couldn't get rid of, even though he got rid of it. These motherfuckers got money, dude. They got money. Who cares? They're going to pay for the finest treatments. But me and you, we're a little different. You see, we don't have that money. We don't have that money. I'll answer my own question because it seems like the audience today, they'd rather watch, not comment. That's fine. Have I ever gotten an STD? Yeah, I did. I had, years ago, I had chlamydia. Fucking around with dirty bitches. Fucking around with dirty bitches for PTs. Gave your boy chlamydia. Give me another applause. God damn it. Never again. No more drunk nights. No more drunk nights and drunk sex. Yeah, moral of this story, who gives a fuck? Get treated. Thank God it was only chlamydia and I got treated and I was well. I mean, this shit is like fucking 10 to 12 years ago. It was a while ago. Who gives a fuck? Oh, shit. I'm over here just reserving judgment. Why is it hard for anyone just to be honest these days? Like, have you ever had an STD? Who gives a fuck? You're supposed to fucking tell people anyway, Motherfuckers out here with AIDS and HIV just passing the bug around, not telling motherfuckers. What was that story a year ago? The white guy that was fucking all those black girls and they tried to throw a little hate-a-thon on that white boy. Like they didn't know. Threw him in prison and some more shit. So you're supposed to tell people. You're supposed to tell them. Everybody sitting around acting like, oh, not me. I would never. Bullshit. Motherfuckers be at the club, just nasty. You have no idea. You just pray to God that it's something that you can get rid of. You just pray to God it's something you can get rid of. Thank the Lord I could have got rid of mine. And I've been good ever fucking since. At least I think I have. I don't know. Everybody, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I had a deep conversation today. I know it's not one of those fuck shit Saturdays, but I liked it. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.